So the summer of 2019 was one that changed my life forever. Not just being a student organizing around Mauna Kea at UH, but in terms of what I think and feel that Aloha Aina is and what it means to be Kanaka, particularly at this time, and what it means to hapai or carry the kuleana and the legacy that the kupuna who were fighting not just to protect Mauna Kea, but so many other movements left for us. And so in June, and the specific day is leaving me, but June, it was like an evening in June, and they made that call for folks to go to the Mauna. And so a bunch of folks flew in and met up at, I think it was like Spencer Beach Park on, not in Kona, but I think like more like Waikoloa area. And they said, who's willing to stand for the Mauna? And everyone at that beach park stood their hand, like raised their hands. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. And then Kaho'okahi said, all right, now who's going tonight? And like maybe 20 hands went up. And I was terrified. But I flew up with Heoli Osorio, Joy, Enomoto, Ilima Long. And that night heading up to Mauna Kea, when I think there was only about 16 to 20 people. And then we're all huddled in the cold, shivering in our cars. There was no camp yet. And being not just on the Mauna, but getting to see and interact with a Wa'okua in that way, really, like, it made me feel incredibly humbled and honored, but also knowing and like feeling that sacredness and that stillness really made me understand how special this place is and why it should be protected. You know, like in the context of the movement, it's like rah, 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 and it's always about fighting and like the anger we feel of why the TMT shouldn't go up. But I think in that stillness and that gentleness of being in the malu or the shade of that Mauna, that gave me the drive. And then as we know, in like the weeks to come, with the kupuna arrest, more and more people came, and it's like Auntie Puake said, like we rose like a mighty wave. And I think those waves and those currents continue to swell today. And so, yeah, after 2019, in the summer, organizing was at an all-time high at the university. There was actions pretty much being done once a week, continuing with our political ed. Yeah, and all of that being done primarily through Kia'i Kahokani, but we also had some amazing allies. But yeah, it was like a total storm up after then. So it's BOR, political ed, and art was also a critical part of that movement as well.